I tested all of the best mirrorless camera under 1000 of 2026, and in this video, I am going to rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below.
Sony Alpha A6400. This camera is an absolute powerhouse that hits the perfect sweet spot for most creators. I love how rugged and reliable the build feels, and that legendary autofocus is still world-class for tracking everything from pets to kids. It's my top recommendation for anyone who wants a serious, do-it-all hybrid camera that doesn't feel like a toy. Because of its incredible balance of performance, durability, and value, I am placing this in the God tier.
Sony Alpha A6100. This is such a fantastic entry point into the Sony ecosystem if you're just starting out. I'm always impressed by how it packs that same lightning-fast autofocus found in much pricier models, making it incredibly easy to get sharp shots without any fuss. While it definitely feels more entry-level with its plastic build, it's a workhorse that won't let you down when you're learning the ropes. For being the ultimate budget-friendly gateway, I'm ranking this in the good tier.
Sony Alpha ZV-E10. If you are a vlogger or a content creator, this is honestly the camera you should be looking at. I love the dedicated features like the product showcase mode and the fully articulating screen, which make filming yourself so much less stressful. It lacks a viewfinder and in-body stabilization, which is a bummer, but for the specific goal of making high-quality video content, it's a total win. Because it's so specialized and effective for creators, I'm putting this in the great tier.
Sony Alpha A6600. This one is a bit of a mixed bag for me because it offers some serious professional perks like the massive battery life and in-body image stabilization. I really appreciate those features for long days of shooting, but the aging menu system and the lack of a focus joystick make it feel a bit clunky compared to newer tech. It's a solid performer, but it feels like it's stuck between generations. I'm putting this in the average tier.
Sony Alpha A7 III. This is a legendary workhorse that still holds its own even years later, especially now that you can find it at such a steal on the used market. I am obsessed with the full-frame image quality and the shallow depth of field you just can't get on the smaller sensor cameras. It's a bit older and the menus aren't the modern standard, but the sheer performance you get for the price is hard to beat. Because it brings full-frame power to the masses, I'm ranking this in the God tier.
Canon EOS R10. This camera is an absolute powerhouse for anyone wanting to step up their game without spending a fortune. I love how it brings flagship-level autofocus and blazing fast burst speeds into such a compact, user-friendly body, making it a dream for wildlife and sports enthusiasts. While it lacks in-body stabilization and weather sealing, the performance you get for the price is just incredible. I'm placing this in God tier because it's honestly the most well-rounded, capable camera for the money right now.
Canon EOS R50. If you're a beginner or a content creator looking for something small and simple, this is a fantastic little companion. It's super lightweight, has a great flip-out screen, and the autofocus is surprisingly reliable for everyday vlogging and photography. I do find the controls a bit cramped, and the lens selection for this mount can be limiting, but for the ease of use, it's hard to beat. I'm putting this in great tier because it's perfect for its target audience, even if it isn't a professional workhorse.
Canon EOS RP. This is the most affordable way to get your hands on a full-frame sensor, which is a big deal if you were obsessed with that creamy background blur in your portraits. It's lightweight and handles beautifully, but you definitely feel the age of its technology with the heavy crop and 4K video and the slower burst rates. It's a niche pick for portrait and landscape shooters on a budget, but it's showing its age. Because of those limitations, I'm ranking this in average tier.
Nikon Z5. I have a soft spot for this camera because it refuses to compromise on the essentials, giving you a robust, weather-sealed, full-frame body with dual card slots at a price that feels like a steal. It's a steady, reliable performer for landscape and travel photographers who value image quality over high-speed action. While the video features are a bit dated with that 4K crop, the build quality and handling are just top-notch. I'm placing this in great tier because it's a professional-feeling tool that delivers where it counts.
Nikon Z50.
This camera has been a reliable favorite for a long time, offering a deep, comfortable grip and excellent image quality that makes it a joy to use for everyday shooting. It's a solid all-rounder, but with newer, more advanced options now available, it feels a bit like it's being left behind in terms of the latest autofocus tech and video features. It's still a very capable and sturdy camera, but it doesn't quite stand out like it used to. I'm putting this in good tier.
Nikon Z30. This camera is a fantastic no-nonsense tool for vloggers and content creators who want to step up from their smartphone without dealing with a bulky setup. I absolutely love how compact and lightweight it is, and that deep grip makes it feel secure in my hand even when I'm shooting on the go. While it lacks an electronic viewfinder, which might annoy traditional photographers, the flip-out screen and solid autofocus make it a dream for self-recording. I'm placing this in great tier because it hits that perfect sweet spot for video-focused users on a budget.
Nikon ZFC. This thing is a total head-turner with its gorgeous, retro-inspired design that makes me feel like I'm shooting with a classic film camera. It's a joy to use for street photography and casual outings, and those dedicated manual dials for ISO and shutter speed are just so satisfying to click. However, the ergonomics can feel a bit cramped for my hands, and the autofocus isn't quite as snappy as some of the newer competition. Because it's such a beautiful, capable piece of gear that inspires me to shoot more, I'm putting it in good tier.
Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III. This is such a polished, reliable companion that feels like a premium, miniaturized version of Fujifilm's higher-end cameras. I really appreciate the tactile, analog controls and the incredible color science that makes my JPEGs look amazing straight out of the camera without any extra work. It's a bit pricey for an entry-level model, and the Q button placement still drives me crazy, but the overall experience is just so engaging. I'm ranking this as God tier because it's the most enjoyable, well-rounded camera to actually use. Fujifilm XM5. This is the ultimate everyday carry camera for when I want something tiny that still gives me that signature Fujifilm look and feel. It's incredibly portable, and I'm honestly impressed that they managed to pack such advanced video features like 6K open gate into a body this small. The lack of a viewfinder is a trade-off I'm willing to make for the size, but the autofocus can definitely struggle in challenging situations. It's a niche, fun little powerhouse, so I'm placing it in good tier.
I am honestly blown away that you can get full-frame performance at this price point. It feels like a total steal for anyone serious about hybrid shooting. The dynamic range and low light capabilities are just on another level compared to the smaller sensors, and the image quality is absolutely professional grade. The only real downside is the contrast-based autofocus, which isn't as reliable as modern phase detect systems, but if you know how to work with it, the results are stunning. Because it brings pro-level full-frame quality to the masses, this is easily God tier.
Panasonic Lumix G95D. This camera's a real workhorse for anyone wanting to bridge the gap between serious photography and video creation. I love that it comes weather-sealed, which gives me so much peace of mind when I'm out shooting in unpredictable conditions. While the autofocus can be a bit sluggish compared to some newer rivals, the inclusion of V-Log-L and a fully articulating screen makes it a fantastic tool for vloggers and hybrid shooters. Because it balances these features so well, I'm placing this in the good tier.
Panasonic Lumix G85. This has been a legendary budget option for years, and honestly, it still holds up surprisingly well for what it is. It's rugged, features great in-body stabilization, and the 4K video quality is still sharp enough to impress, even if the 16-megapixel sensor is starting to show its age. It's perfect for someone who needs a reliable, do-it-all camera without spending a fortune. But since it's definitely feeling outpaced by newer tech, I'm ranking it in the average tier.
Panasonic Lumix GX85. I have a soft spot for this little guy because it is just so incredibly compact and fun to carry around. It packs a surprising amount of power, including great stabilization in 4K video, making it a perfect second camera or a travel companion for street photography. It does lack a microphone jack and weather sealing, which limits its professional use, but for the sheer value and portability, I'm putting this in the good tier.
OM System OM5. This is easily one of the most exciting cameras in this price range because it feels like a professional powerhouse shrunk down into a tiny travel-ready body. The IP53 weather sealing is a total game changer for me, and the computational features like Live ND and handheld high-res shots make it so easy to get creative results without needing a tripod. It's a stellar performer that punches way above its weight, so it absolutely earns a spot in the God tier.
Olympus EMD EM10 Mark IV. If you were just starting out and want a camera that is genuinely a joy to use, this is the one I always point people toward. It's small, stylish, and the 20-megapixel sensor paired with that excellent 5-axis image stabilization makes it a fantastic stills-focused camera for travel and everyday life. While it lacks some of the advanced video features of the others, it's such a well-rounded and approachable package that I'm giving it a great tier ranking.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best mirrorless camera under $1,000 for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.